Skills on the platform, back at you with another reading. This is the past, present, and future energy, a 3-card spread for the sign of Aries. Also, Aries, this is your weekly reading for the week of February 7th through February 14th of 2022. Also, Aries, like, comment, and subscribe, and become a skilled one. Be a part of the Skilled Nation. Hit the bell notification for all videos in the future. Now, share this. You'll also be entered into a raffle to win $1,000 in cryptocurrency. The drawing is going to be on May 5th of 2022. To enter in the raffle, send an email with your request and the one you shared this video with. The email is in the description. Let's get this reading underway for the sign of Aries. All right, Aries, let's see what energies that you are actually going to encounter this week. All right. Also, energies that you may be dealing with within yourself. Okay. We all know that life is all about energy. That spirit that's within us, it is complete energy, right? They even say that when one passes away, that we lose about 6 or 7 pounds. There's a movie on it too. So you know, if it's been proven that, you know, when one passes away, that we actually lose 7 pounds, right, automatically, then it makes you think and wonder, why is that, right? Just something to think about. All right. So let's go ahead and get this reading underway. So that way you can get on your day and get on with your week, actually. All right, Aries? All right, here we go. Past, present, future. All right? All right. So for your past card, Aries, we have the 5 of Cups, which is the Lord of Loss and Pleasure. All right. For your present energy, we have the Strength card. Okay. And then for your future energy, we have the 9 of Swords. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into these reads. Okay. Now, what I like to do is I actually give the exact description of each card, because there's meaning within just the description alone of the card. Okay. Because the card has certain energy, right? Now, also, this reading is not etched in stone. It may apply to a few. It may only apply to one. It may apply to no one. All right. Take it how it resonates. Take what's good. Leave the rest. Okay. Now, for Aries, let's first break down your past energy. Okay, which is the 5 of Cups, the Lord of Loss and Pleasure. Okay. So the 5 of Cups, Aries. All right, the 5 of Cups, the Lord of Loss and Pleasure, right? The 5 empty cups surround a large inverted pinnacle in the center of the card, suggesting loss, okay? At the bottom of the card are fallen water lily petals, although the lotus stems ascend between the cups in the manner of a fountain, no water flows. From any of the cups, above and below appear the symbols of Mars and Scorpio. So Aries, it's possible you have a Scorpio in your chart. Also past, present, or future energy. Someone that you were dealing with, either a loved one that you're close to, that you associate with, someone in business, or even a lover. Okay? This, take it how it resonates. Now, also, above and below appear the symbols of Mars and Scorpio. This card pertains to the first decan of Scorpio, ruled by Mars. Thus, Mars and Scorpio, 1 degree to 10 degrees. Angels Lavoia and Pilia, meaning death or end of pleasure, partial loss, disappointment, sorrow, okay, treachery, sadness, deceit, ill will, and destruction. All right. In the reverse, it means charity, hope, kindness, and new alliance. So this is the past energy that you were dealing with, Aries. Okay. Now, what I'm going to just kind of just touch on a little bit. First, it talks about death or end of pleasure. Okay. So death could be taken literally. It could be taken spiritually. It could be taken, mentally, right? So in the sense of, physical, it means that, possibly you've had a loved one that recently passed away. In the recent past, someone close to you passed away. Or in a sense where there's death of a thought process, okay? Something that you went through mentally. There were certain ways that you used to go about thinking and doing things, which you just put an end to that, right? So that was in regards to the mental aspects of it. And then if you think about it from an aspects of a spiritual aspect, you probably put death to certain ways in regards to spirituality. Maybe you were, deep into spirituality and then you decided, to move away from it, or you actually have come closer into your spirituality where you're focused more. Because this is the kind of card where, when it comes down to loss and pleasure, there's clearly something that, you know, that has caused us to be in this kind of energy. Then you start to consider what could have caused a loss of pleasure, right? Maybe infidelity, not being honest, with yourself. You know, different situations can come about to do, can cause loss and pleasure, right? Also, it speaks of partial loss. So it seems like there wasn't a complete loss, but it was definitely partial. The loss wasn't partial. And then, of course, disappointment and sorrow. So, maybe someone disappointed you, which possibly have caused this loss. Some type of betrayal, which got you in this energy in the past. Okay, maybe it was because of a passing of a loved one. All right. Now, also, it speaks of treachery, sadness, deceit, ill will, and distraction. Right? So, some way there's some distractions that's caused you to get into this kind of energy in the past, right? Where you have lost. Okay? So, this is your past energy, Aries. We don't want to dwell too much on the past, but it's just, something to reflect on so that way we're not making the same decisions, making the same mistakes moving forward in life, right? Now, from that past loss, right, in your present energy, we have the fortitude card, which is simply strength, which is major. So you made a major shift from the Five of Cups with loss of pleasure into strength, right, Aries? So with the fortitude card, meaning strength, so whatever happened to you in the past, whether it was relationships, something that you went through spiritually, something that you went through mentally, right? It's definitely made you strong. The daughter of the flaming sword. All right. So it's definitely made you very strong from this past energy. Right. The daughter of the flaming sword. Now the fortitude card is daughter of the flaming sword, the 10th serpent. The sign of Leo appears at the upper right above a rose of 5 petals, signifying the 5th zodiac sign of the zodiac. Right. So currently, Aries, you might be dealing with a Leo. Okay, Leo is in your chart. All right. Also, the female figure of fortitude represents the mastery of the lower by the higher. So, with that loss from your past, you've actually mastered your lower self, because to be in that, the loss of pleasure, maybe you've debased yourself spiritually and even physically to the point where that was caused that past loss. But you've come out on top where you've actually mastered your lower self with the higher self, thus the taming of the lion. Okay? Now, the female figure fortitude represents the mastery of the lower by the higher. Okay? Her feet are planted firmly on earth. She controls the lion in a manner similar to the soul holding passion in check. All right. So once again, past love, betrayal. So you learn to control that passion, right? And put it in check. Leo is a fire sign, and fortitude is shown holding her right hand a cup spewing flames. Is the joy for strength exercised, showing complete ease, self-passion. This card also depicts a lion on the shield of fortitude, meaning it's preserving strength and energy, right? So you learn to preserve your strength and energy, not just put it out there, right? Maybe indulging in too much pleasure, okay? Aries. Now, meaning of the card in your energy currently, Aries, is strength, right? Fortitude. You have courage, power, right? So you definitely learn from your past mistakes, absolutely, with your current energy. Now, in the reverse, be careful of and aware of weaknesses, pettiness, and impotence and sickness, okay? So, when it comes down to sicknesses, be careful of, eating right, drinking a lot of water, exercising, which will keep you in a healthy state of mind. All right, especially if you're older. So you definitely want to you make sure you're eating right, and taking care of yourself, because when it's all said and done, you can't enjoy life without health. Okay, doesn't matter what you have. Now that is your current energy, so you're definitely strong now. So also, with your future energy, with the Nine of Swords, it speaks of Lord of Despair and Cruelty. So, now, is it possible that you're using that strength that you've acquired from your past experiences in an ill way? It speaks of cruelty. So let's go ahead and get into the meaning of your future card. Once again, this is not etched in stone. We can shift our energy at any point in time. Being that your strength is your current energy, you shifting into this energy here, possibly something that has affected you, dealing with maybe that Leo. Okay. Let's see here. For the Nine of Swords. All right. So, Aries, the Nine of Swords. Okay. Now, the Nine of Swords, the Lord of Despair and Cruelty. 9 swords appear, 8 of which are completely mangled. So definitely with that strength card, with your current energy, it seems like you have some potential battles up and coming in the near future, okay? Which could possibly leave you in despair. So just be aware of that, right? That's the reason why I'm doing these readings, to give you that heads up, so that way you have a better understanding of how to maneuver and move this week, right? So that way you can avoid this thing. This is something that can be easily avoided, especially with your current energy is in strength, okay? So you don't want to use that strength, because here's the thing. There's always a formidable opponent. We may think that we're strong and we can get anything done, we can do it on our own, right? But then again, we got to remember there's always somebody who's more calculated than us. There's always somebody who's probably in a much better position than us financially. So, we can't be too arrogant to the point where we think nothing can happen to us, or, no one can do anything to us. So we don't want to be arrogant in our strength, right? Because it could easily lead to this. So in other words, this being your future energy, this can be avoided, Aries, okay? Making the right move and the right decisions. Also, it speaks of, the 8 swords are crossed, 4 from each side, and the 9th sword, largest, is all of curved, rising upright from the bottom of the card. Even the hilt of this sword is barbaric in its sharpness. Okay. The center rose is transformed into a disfigured disc with 12 distorted rays. The symbol for Mars and Gemini. You possibly may be dealing with a Gemini in the future. Someone that you may know now that's a Gemini, or someone that you may meet in the near future. Just be careful of of that sign. It's possible that someone could cause some kind of situation. If you feel skeptical about something moving on in the future, if you feel leery about something, you're not too sure about someone's energy, right? Potentially maybe even a Gemini, right? Just be careful that, someone doesn't put you in this energy, Aries, okay? Because your current energy is the strength card. Keep it in mind, all right? Now, also, because the week is just started, right? Also, The center rose is transformed into a disfigured disc with 12 distorted rays. The symbol for Mars and Gemini appear above and below. Mars and Gemini 10 degrees to 20 degrees. Angels Anavael and Makoyalel, meaning despair, cruelty, lack of pity. Right? So be careful of not showing lack of pity. If someone is in a position where, they are seeking mercy from you, you want to be careful, because that person can come back and, return and possibly, do some damage, right? So, you definitely want to show mercy to people, especially if, they weren't in the intentional state of mind of trying to harm you, okay? So you may want to just kind of let it go. Also, suffering, want, miscarriage, loss, and crafty. Lying, dishonest, slander, yet also obedient, faithlessness in its fashion. In the reverse, it means patience, unselfishness, doubt, suspicion, and shame. All right? So, what I'm going to say to you, Aries, is you are currently in the energy of strength right now, okay? Your past energy, you've been through a lot, it makes sense, it's understandable. But your current energy is strength. You want to focus on staying in this energy so that way you don't end up in the energy of despair. Don't use your strength, right, when it's unnecessary. So that's your read for this week for the sign of Aries. So I'm just going to leave that for you. If this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, Aries, if you think this is beneficial by giving you that heads up for the week, being that you're in a energy of strength, go ahead and donate to the channel. The Cash App is in the description. Any amount will help. All right, it just definitely keeps us going on a weekly basis to be able to provide you with these energy reads, especially with your, this is pretty much a great little heads up for the week ahead. That way we don't want to be too cocky and arrogant in our energy. So donate to the channel if you found this beneficial. All right, this is for the sign of Aries. Peace.